Your abundant forest life starts now. You're ready to enjoy time in nature with your family. You want it to be easy, relaxing, engaging, adventurous, and you want it to be safe, and you don't want added stress or planning. The old saying is true: when you're a mom, you don't get a vacation. You're doing all the mom things wherever you are. So finding nature everywhere is pretty incredible for children, but it sometimes just feels like more work for moms. It doesn't have to, though, and that's why we're here. Free your family means all of your family, including you. You're not going to be getting a lot of homeworks because I am all about freedom and peace, and no one needs added assignments. Okay? What I really want to know is what abundance means for you. For me, an abundant life is a life of freedom to pursue what brings you happiness and joy. Shifting kind of from an expectation driven existence to a slower pace is something we all crave, but a lot of people can't quite grasp the possibility. Abundant living involves having the finances and availability of choices to make your dreams a reality without worrying about status, security, or comfort. Yet life today is filled beyond description with material excesses, which tend to produce boredom, discontent, frustration, and ultimately unhappiness. There's so many families that want to get out with their children to experience adventure and abundance. People want to spend time with their families, but they feel stuck like they can't. Living an abundant forest life incorporates prosperity with each family member's unique interests and dreams, shifting towards exuberance, gratitude, contentment, and fulfillment. Now, that's a mouthful, but it's also possible when you combine each member of your family into kind of interest groups or things that they get excited about. You're going to find that you're shifting in a much more positive way, and everybody's got something to look forward to. Every day we're faced with choices. We need to look deep within ourselves to decide what we value and what we want more of. Do we want more excitement, or do we want more of the mundane? Do we want more nature, or do we want more of the same? Throughout my life, I've been drawn to nature, but I haven't always been in nature. I always wanted to seek out the forest even when I was in the city. Like everything else was a distraction. As I got older, I got sucked into doing what was expected of me: go to college, get a career, make a life, and do it all for 40 years until you retire. Working in the retirement industry in my early 20s, you know, for a while, it was interesting to me because it was a stable job. You got married, but I always felt like there was something missing. I couldn't understand why people were supposed to wait until retirement to live the life of their dreams, and I didn't want that for myself. All around me, all I saw were sad people counting down the years till they could get out of their job and live the life they wanted to live. And at that time, we made some changes and added some spontaneity to our allotted days off and vacation time. Embracing the forest and taking adventures to remote areas helped us feel, you know, at least separate from the everyday mundanity. But we also got a taste of it and we wanted more. It was getting so hard to schedule in family time, and we were focused on it felt like we were focused on the wrong things. It felt like we were just surviving, not thriving as a family. It felt like we could do so much more and we were going to miss out. It felt like things aren't set up properly for families to be able to embrace nature, and we wanted more of that. So we stopped scheduling and started focusing on living in an abundant life. We went on a holiday to the rainforest, and it was a 2-week vacation, but we decided to just stay the winter randomly. We ended up staying there for 2 years, and then that changed completely how we live. We It opened our eyes to the fact that life is meant to be enjoyed now and that the richness of the world is in the forest. Taking the leap to live a philosophy that felt real, we started realigning with the seasons, the sunrise, and the weather to allow us to live freely rather than focusing on a calendar or following a plan. Uh, Everyone wanted to check in on us, of course, and tell us that they were very uncomfortable with the way we were living and that we needed to follow what was expected of us. We needed to have be less nomadic, and we needed to, put our kids in school instead of exploring the forest. But then we came across other people on our adventures who reminded us that you really can go your own way. You really can find abundance in a way that fits your family, and you don't have to listen to the naysayers who are trying to stop your dreams. We came, there's one old sailor that he had his boat moored right where we would launch our kayak, and we chatted with him quite often. And he told us, keep doing things as a family. And his words has stuck with me years later because he had a lot of knowledge and he knew the importance of what we were doing. And we came across countless other families who were traveling the world and realized that it's not strange, it's incredible, that it's possible to live where you want, location independent. You can have a flexible work schedule, doing something you love, but that also leaves time for you to be with your family and to surround yourself with nature so that your life is more of an orchestra than, an out of control rat race. Um, we spent a lot of time traveling and visiting homesteaders, permaculture farmers, and people creating food forests and communities. We worked working with a lot of I'm a horticulturist, so we worked with people starting community gardens or starting food forests for their family and friends. And it was a process of realizing how important our connection is to the natural world. A lot of people have had similar realizations, especially in the last few years. People want their time back. People want their freedom. Parents want to spend more time with their children. And it's all possible for all of us. An abundant lifestyle isn't about having lots of stuff. It's about having everything we need now and in the future. Abundance includes having energy, freedom, love, peace, and joy. Joy is so important. Living an abundant life means enjoying life with a peace of mind, having financial stability, freedom, security, and opportunity. So, choosing an abundant life means choosing to live the life of your dreams, living a life that your family doesn't want to escape from. Think about what that means for your family. And then, after you've thought about it for a moment, I'd love it if you would drop by the For Your Family Facebook group and post about it. Share what abundance means for you and what you're looking for in an abundant forest life. It starts now, and it's going to expand in whatever way fits your family. This is not a one-size-fits-all program. This is about how we can fit this for your family. How can you have abundance, and what do you want most? Is it time, money, travel? All of these things can aid in an abundant life, but none of them are necessary. Some of the most abundantly happy people I've ever met lived in the forest with next to nothing. But there's also people that I've met that live in the forest in the lap of luxury with a pool, a hot tub, a climbing wall in their entrance hall. Other people travel the world to see the beauty in all of nature and explore the wonders of the world in all different ways. If you can dream it up, it's possible. You just have to tell yourself that it starts now. Whatever's holding you back, is going to help you find nature everywhere. So it's just about starting where you currently are and knowing where you want to be. So those are some of the things we're going to cover bit by bit. But for now, finding nature everywhere, I want you to find your nearest tree. Wherever you live currently, even if it's a concrete jungle you can't get away from, you likely have a tree within walking distance. Maybe you even have one in your front yard or your window or your garden, or perhaps you can see the treetop from your bedroom window. Whatever the case, find your closest tree neighbor. Remind your family that nature is everywhere by being aware of your neighbor tree. Pay attention to whether it's thriving, whether it's struggling, how does it change in the different seasons. If you can care for it by watering it when it gets hot. Show your children, no matter what their age is, that nature matters by pointing out your neighbor tree when you're doing your daily routine. Point out nature everywhere you see it, and you'll start to become more aware of it, and you'll start to want more adventure in it. Even if it's simply just flowers on your way to the grocery store, or maybe you can visit the beach on the way to the library. Once you start noticing nature, you can feel the abundance in your life, and you'll begin to expand. That's going to expand, and it'll include everything you could dream of for your family. So now, let's start by talking to your family and see what abundance means to them. Point out the abundance of the natural world, and we'll continue to get excited about nature as we move forward. Take care, and we'll see you soon.